Hello, it's Kurt with a shore dive off of Grand Cayman, the Cobalt Coast Resort on 13 August, on a terrible, stormy, and very rainy and choppy day. On this video, I'm trying something a bit different. I'm going to have a bit of background, some bubbles, for those of you who don't want to hear just voice. This pan is typical of the North Shore of Grand Cayman. Less divers here, fewer divers, and I think the reefs are in better shape. The swim out to get to these reefs, though, is pretty significant, a couple hundred yards minimum. And today the weather definitely was not cooperating. Some sort of acropora species, reef-building hard stony coral, with its guardian damselfish. These are some of my favorite corals. There's my wife Linda, daughter Marta. She is a first lieutenant in the Army. I'll try not to blab continually. Let everyone enjoy the view instead. Marta with her little GoPro and small flashlight, and she finds a lot of the interesting wildlife for us. She is expert at it. A lionfish, an invasive species from the Pacific Ocean, and they are everywhere on the reef. Despite people hunting them down with spear guns, they are very common, unfortunately. There's John checking out a nook, and in there we found two more lionfish. They do have poisonous barbs on their dorsal fins. Today being as overcast and rainy as it is, a lot of the scenery is darker than it would be. You can really tell the difference diving in sunshine versus poor weather. There's some huge sea fans on the North Shore. This is a typical segment of a spur reef about 300 yards to 400 yards offshore to the north at about 40 to 50 feet. Looking upward, you can actually hear the rain coming. I'll shut up and let y'all listen. It's amazing you can both see and hear the rain 60 feet below. Marta's just found a pretty good size anemone. A nice lush coral head. A number of hard stony corals. And some fire coral too, unfortunately. In the shallower water, typically 15 to maybe 30 feet, you'll find these large schools congregating as they do here. You'll notice with the dive lights, I need to be fairly close to really get the colors to pop. Otherwise, it's kind of a generic green-blue. Always looks better in person, though. Video just can't do it justice. So much life. Partway through the dive, we found what seems to be a conch graveyard, about a dozen shells clustered in one area. One of them fell inside a sponge. Actually, there are two of them in there. And there are a number more beneath it. Best we can guess is some fishermen, after cleaning their catch, simply dumped the shells overboard. Kind of sad, but not unexpected. Hopefully some crabs will find them and they'll get some use. This next clip is interesting. It was a sponge with a soft coral growing on a piece of rock or a piece of the reef inside of it. Thought it was pretty cool. Coming home, you'll find these strings set on the sand floor, and they bring you home. The string leads you to a V8 engine block, of all things. It's been there for years, and the reef creatures make good use of it. From there, you head more or less due south. This is in about 15 feet of water, and it's a good time to do your safety stop and also swim on back to the dock. You can see the surge from the heavy waves above us blowing these soft corals to and fro. It looks like I'm dragging the camera or my equipment through the corals, but I'm not. I'm actually well above it and holding the camera at arm's length. And about 20 feet from the pier, I see an urchin and a pair of raccoon butterfly.